Awesome.
Welcome, everybody. My name is Lisa Jarrett, and I'm here with my good friend Scott Carell. He is an awesome network marketer, so if you don't know Scott, you should get to know him. And today we have got an incredible little training for you. Today's topic is change your mindset, change your life. And so I'm going to be letting you in on why mindset is the most important thing that you should be working on. And then I'm going to be turning it over to Scott. He's got some great information for you about how to learn to change your mindset. So remember, your mindset is the most important thing. Mastering that success mindset, it's a must for anything that you want to achieve in your life. It doesn't matter if you're running a race. It doesn't matter if you're trying to be a better parent. It doesn't matter if you're trying to have a very, very successful network marketing business. Having a success mindset is what's going to get you there. And I want to introduce you to Scott just briefly. Say hello, Scott.
Hello, everybody. How are you today? Hope you're doing well.
Thank you. So I am going to be turning it over to Scott once I'm done talking to you about why you need a success mindset. So you might be frustrated right now because you're not getting the things you want, right? You had a big dream. You wanted to start your network marketing business because you had a lot of goals that you want to reach, and you're just not there yet. So it's because of a success mindset. It has nothing to do with whatever you've learned in your network marketing training. So why don't you have it yet? Because you're trapped in this mindset that is subconsciously holding you back for a variety of reasons. So if you don't have that success mindset, it's very, very difficult for you to achieve the correct skills in order to get things done, right? So you might have all the tools, right? You've attended all the trainings, you've got all this knowledge, you're working with your mentor, but if you don't have that success mindset, it's really hard to break out of these barriers that hold us back. So let's talk about some of those barriers that hold us back. So the first one I'm going to talk to you about is your belief. So your beliefs control your behavior. So even if you desire things, if you don't believe in yourself, guess what? Nobody else is either. And here's what I find with many network marketers who tell me that they're not succeeding. I ask them one single question. Hey, how many people have you talked to last week? And they might say, well, maybe one person. Now, do you really think you're going to succeed if you only talk to one person in a week? But the real problem is why? Usually that's fear, confidence, believing that you can talk to that person and share an incredible vision with them. That all has to do up here, all in your mindset. The other part of mindset is your willingness to change, right? So you might want all of these things, but you might think that you're going after them, but you're really not because you don't have a willingness to change. And what that means is that you need to step out of your comfort zone no matter what. And stepping out of your comfort zone, maybe that means that you have to approach total strangers. Maybe that means that you've got to get out there on social media, do some things you've never done before. But without a really strong and successful mindset, it's going to be very difficult for you to get that done. So in order to have true success, you need to start doing things that are not in your comfort zone, and you need to develop some beliefs that are really needed in your subconscious mind. So think about what is really holding you back from that six-figure income that you really want. So believing in yourself, that's so important. Everything is all in your mind. And I'm going to give you a little example about running. So I'm a runner, and when I'm out there running, it has nothing to do with me physically. It's all in my mind. So for example, I'm training for a 5K race coming up, a Run Disney race, Superheroes Avengers, can't wait. So when I'm out there running, I just think, I just want to stop. That's all I want to do. I want to stop. I can just stop here. I can rest. I can walk home, right? So it's all in my mind. My mind is what keeps me going. My mind is what shaves that other minute off my mileage pace. It has nothing at all to do with anything else, right? I can read all the training books about running. I can eat all the right food. I can even have a coach. But in my mind, I've got to believe that I can do it. I've got to believe that I can put one foot in front of the other. And it's exactly the same with your home business. You've got to believe in yourself. You've got to believe that you can put together and get those daily income producing activities done so that you can succeed. And I know that you can. And another point that I want to bring up is that a lot of people who either want to get into network marketing or are already in network marketing aren't really thinking like business people. And this, again, is a mindset problem. So, for example, I talk to a lot of network marketers or potential network marketers who say, well, I had to put a few $100s out in order to join the business, and now I'm putting all this money out on a monthly basis in order to keep up with my auto ship. And they're just going, I just don't know. I just can't keep putting that kind of money out. Okay, stop right there. You've got to change your mindset, right? Instead of thinking, I'm putting all this money out, that's thinking like a hobbyist, right? So guess what? Hobbies cost money, but a business is going to pay you in the long run. So if you're only thinking about the money that you're spending on your business, your mindset is certainly not in the right place. You've got to treat this like a business opportunity. It is an investment, and it's a cash-generating investment, right? So you want to be thinking, well, I've put this much money into it. That's an investment, and now I'm going to do those income-producing activities to make my investment back tenfold and then some. Once you start thinking like a business person, I promise you, you are definitely going to succeed in your business. It all starts in here. Okay, so before I turn it over to Scott, he's going to be giving you some awesome tips on how to create your success mindset. I want to give you this to think about. A success mindset is a mindset of knowing that no matter what happens in your life, no matter what happens in your career, you are going to keep getting up off the ground. You're going to continue to move forward until the finish line is in front of you and you cross it. So have a no matter what mindset, and there is nothing that's going to stop you. Now, I'm going to turn it over to Scott Carell. He's got some awesome info for you. You've got to follow this guy because he is an amazing network marketer. There you go, Scott. It's all yours.
All right, awesome. Lisa, that was fantastic. That was awesome. That was awesome.
Thank you.
It was great. It was great stuff. And I think one of the things that you use, more than one, but one of the big things that you had said spills over into what I'm going to talk about, and that was getting in the habit of doing daily income-producing activities. I believe that developing your success mindset, the majority of what you do is going to be, it has to be habit. So in order to say, okay, well, I'm going to do things and create habits, I need to have a list. I need to have a task list. And I know that you and I, last spring, we did the 100-day Biz Builder Challenge?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So one of the first things that the two guys, I don't know if you guys watching out there in internet land, Adam Chandler and Justice Egan, but those were two of the two proctors that ran the 100-day Biz Builder Challenge, right? So they had us get put together these daily activity sheets, a tracker sheet, and so there were definitely business-related items on there, And every day you would write down how many people you prospected, how many people you followed up with, how many phone calls, how many pieces of content. And a lot of it was the mechanics of your business, which is awesome. You need that stuff. Remember, we're creating habits for the success mindset. The very first item on the list was personal development. Okay, and that also needs to become a habit. So if you need to put that on your daily checklist and physically write it down, physically check it off, it's powerful stuff, because you can look at that list and say, okay, done, got it for the day. I read, I did my affirmation, or I did some of the things that we're going to talk about in just a second. So creating those habits, using a daily tracker sheet, and doing those in conjunction with the mechanics of your business and the income producing activities daily. That's what we want to stress. That's going to lead you down that path to success. So leading into the mindset stuff, I think that there's a few ways that you can get there, and I recommend all of them. So first is reading books or listening to audios if you're a books on tape, or now books on CD or MP3 sort of person. Whether you like to read or listen, either one is fine. The second thing I think is the people that you surround yourself with. Who is around you? Who are you allowing into your environment? And we're going to talk about that. And and affirmations. It's the things that you say to yourself, and that goes hand in hand in conjunction with watching your language. And I don't mean watching your language like, cursing. Everybody drops a little bad word, a naughty word every now and again. But watching your language means taking certain words completely out of your vocabulary, okay, and replacing it with words that serve you, serve your mission, serve the goals that you're trying to reach. And also, I don't know if you guys can hear this, but I have kids. I have 3 kids in the house and my wife, so there's a little crying downstairs. So if you hear that, I apologize. It happens. We work from home. It is what it is. So let's go to books. So books. By now, we've all heard, these are the books we should read. If you've been to any network marketing event or been to a meeting or anything, your sponsor, your mentor, your upline, the leaders will say, read this book, that book, and you absolutely should. And a few of them that I would recommend, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Awesome book, powerful book. If you have not read that, get it now. Don't wait. Get on Amazon and order it today. How to Win Friends and Influence People, Dale Carnegie. Another book, a must-have in your library. These 2 books alone are responsible for hundreds of thousands of dollars, probably more, across the network marketing industry. Those 2 books alone are responsible for changing the mindset and directing the thought processes of how to think, how to communicate, and therefore leading how to build your team and your business. Okay? One thing I'd like to point out is, as you are developing yourself and reading books and getting better and developing your mindset, bigger, better, stronger, then it's your job actually to pass that on and create that culture within your teams, within your organizations, so that you can give your teammates a leg up. If they're already into personal development, then you're creating that culture and you're creating that expectation of, hey, this is how we think for success. And if people have not already started to engage in personal development, then also, hey, this is what we do. This is how we think. This is how we conduct ourselves. This is what we do to reach the success that we're looking for. So books. Real quick, I just want to touch on this book. Okay, if you don't know this, I don't know if you can see the title. This book, it's called The Traveler's Gift by Andy Andrews. The Traveler's Gift. And I don't want to ruin it if you haven't read it yet, but quickly, the book takes you on a journey with the main character. He's a corporate executive making a bunch of money. His company goes out of business, or actually gets bought out. He gets laid off. He goes through some ups and downs, gets in a car accident, and then you see him go through this journey where he meets 7 historical characters, and they each give him one of the 7 decisions that he needed to make in order to achieve personal success. And I'll give you the first one, okay? I won't give away too much of the book. So the first one is about personal responsibility. It's the buck stops here. And so he's learning about how all of his decisions have led up to this point in his life. And that's absolutely true. It's the decisions we make. It's how we think. We are the sum of the decisions that we have made up to this point. So if you're watching this and saying, "Oh man, Lisa, I hear what you're saying, but I just don't have the money." Mindset. Take that thought, and we're going to talk about that in a second. Take it and crumple it up and chuck it. Get rid of it, because you are a culmination of your thought process. That's it. If you're thinking you're broke, then you're mentally broke, okay? I don't want to sound harsh, but where there's a will, there's a way. So if you truly want to succeed, even if you start at the lowest level, or if you're advertising and you start down here, and you can always scale, you can always grow, you can always get bigger and better and do more, okay? But you need to start somewhere, and the somewhere that you start is right here with you, okay? The buck stops here. So for me, the buck stops with this guy, okay? If I have certainly made my share of bad decisions in my life, okay? Everybody has. We're human. It happens. It is what it is, okay? So that's kind of the sneak peek for The Traveler's Gift. And then he goes, and there's 6 other characters that he meets, and they all teach him about gratitude, about giving, about your heart, about get the book, okay? Get the book. Do it now. Not now, but wait till this is over and then get the book. Okay? So that leads me into the next part, and it's who you hang out with. So if you're hanging out with all of these authors who write these books, and every day you're reading this stuff, and they're telling you how awesome you are, how you can do it if you just apply yourself, if you take action, if they give you action steps. If the people that you hang out with are Andy Andrews and Tony Robbins and John Maxwell and Dale Carnegie and Napoleon Hill, and these are just the books that you're reading, you're giving yourself, you're putting yourself in the driver's seat, okay? And then on the other side of it, who are you hanging out with? I think the old saying goes, Lisa, tell me if you've heard this one. Your income will be an average of the 5 people that you spend most time with. Yes. I think that's how it goes. So who are you hanging out with? Are you hanging out with people that are going to bring you up, people that you can look up to, people that inspire you? Are you hanging out with those sort of people, or are you hanging out with your broke brother-in-law, the dude who's telling you, "Yeah, man, I tried that. I tried that back in '91. It didn't work." Well, what he means is he didn't work. Okay, that's another subject. It doesn't work. But are you hanging out with people like that? Are you hanging out with your college buddies or your college girlfriends that didn't quite get around to reading any of the books that we just talked about? Are you hanging out with people who encourage you, or people who try to take away your power, energy vampires? Anytime you try to do something to better yourself, it's like they latch onto you and they suck the life right out of you, okay? Those are the people that you want to look at, recognize as being toxic, and say, "See ya," all right? Find people who will bring you up, who will inspire you, people that you can be around and be proud to be around, and people that you go, "Yeah, those are my friends. Those are people who care about me," okay? So now we want to talk about affirmations, okay? Affirmations, and every time I talk about affirmations, I think of the old Saturday Night Live skit with Stuart Smalley, right? I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and gosh darn it, people like me, right? So it's funny, right? But affirmations are the things that you tell yourself. What are you telling yourself? And I go back to the Traveler's Gift. At the end of each chapter, there is an affirmation, and it was in the book they call it scrolls. So it was like these secret scrolls, and he would read them. And at the end of the book, they said, I want you to read this for 21 days, each one, 21 days each, times 7. You do the math. I don't have my calculator on me. So, but each one is for 3 weeks. As soon as you wake up in the morning, right before you go to bed in the evening. So these are the first words you speak, and these are the last words that seep into your brain before you go to bed. Okay? You want to speak power into your life. You want to speak success. You want to speak you want to speak positivity. And that is very different from fake it till you make it. Okay? I'm not suggesting go take pictures in front of mansions you don't own and in front of the Lamborghini on the car lot, or the Mercedes that you rented when you were on vacation in Cabo. That's not what I'm saying. Not fake it till you make it. Affirmations that are going to reprogram, reboot how you think. Okay? So affirmations are very important. And the last thing is to watch your language. And like I joked before, not watch your language like dropping a curse word, but watch your language like, do you find yourself saying things like this? No, I could never do that, or I can't afford it, or I want to do that. Okay, wanting to do something, are you doing it, or do you want to do it? Because want to do it, that energy isn't that's not like if you plug your vacuum cleaner in, it goes right into the source, right into the socket. You get that energy. What you want to do, there's no energy flow there. That could mean when do you want to do it? You want to do it later today? Do you want to do it tomorrow? Do you want to do it next week? Hey, maybe you're thinking about starting a business and getting serious 3 weeks from Thursday. There's no definite nature to it. So when you speak with purpose, and it takes practice, and it takes put the old put a rubber band around your wrist thing, and snap yourself every time you say something negative, and that takes practice, catching yourself. But speak in the positive. Speak what are you doing today, and only say it if you're doing it. What are you doing today? I'm calling 5 people. I'm prospecting 5 people today. Remember, go back to the first thing we spoke about, which was our daily task list. Okay? It's on your list, and you can mark it on your tracker sheet. I'm calling 5 people today. Right? I'm calling. I am. Speak in the I am, in the present. Speak as if, go as though. Right? You've heard that before. But if you take these little catchy, snappy, speak as if, go as though, you hear these on webinars, and you hear people speak, and it sounds awesome. But if you actually apply the concept behind it, they work. So I am calling 5 new prospects today. I am writing a blog post. I am shooting a video. I am following up with these 5 leads. I am. Speak in I am. Okay? Watch your language. Don't say I can't afford it. Instead, ask a question that better serves you. How can I make this work? How can I afford it? Okay? In copywriting, I'm going to do some little mojo on your thought processes, guys. Start to look at stuff, and I'm not going to give a course on copywriting, obviously, in the next 2 minutes, but there are things called embedded commands. Okay? So if you look at people's emails, or if you look at a piece of marketing material, you'll see an embedded command in there. It might be bolded or underlined or highlighted or streaked in yellow, and it might say, click here now. It might say, the secret blueprint to your success. These are the things that you need to say to yourself. Do this now. Take action now. Read this book now. I am. Be present in your life. I am doing this now. Give yourself the embedded commands in your language, in how you speak. Okay? Never. I shouldn't say never, because it takes practice, and no one's perfect. Everybody makes mistakes and has a bad day. It is what it is. But do what you can to, like Lisa was saying in the beginning, is to go forward with that belief in yourself and the belief that you absolutely can do it, and you can, as long as you take the steps to do so. Okay? Read books, daily task list, affirmations. Don't let anybody into your environment that isn't going to inspire you, pull you in the direction of your goals and your dreams, and affirmations. So those are the points I wanted to touch on today. I hope you enjoyed them. But that's all I have, Lisa. So I want to kick it back over to you.
Wow, thank you so much, Scott. That was incredible. What a great list of things that we can do to start changing our mindsets. And I love that book. Can you quickly tell us the name of the book again?
Yes. The name of the book is The Traveler's Gift, and the author is Andy Andrews.
The Traveler's Gift. So I am going to get that book because I don't have it, and it sounds absolutely amazing. And you know, I just love some of the things you said, especially how watching what we say to ourselves. And just to give the example of running, if I go out there and go, I can't run a 5K, I can't run 3.2 miles, then guess what?
Exactly.
Guess what? I'm not going to do it. It's not going to happen. But if I say I can run that 3.2 miles, I can run it really fast. You know, and I keep saying those things to myself. I am running it. I am doing it. That's what gets you to the finish line, and that's what's going to help you cross that finish line in your network marketing business. Thank you so much, Scott. So make sure you go see Scott Carell, and tell us your website, Scott.
It's scottcarellonline.com. scottcarellonline.com.
So make sure you go visit his website. He's got some awesome information there for you. My name is Lisa Jared. You can visit my website at wealthmissionpossible.com. And I thank you for being here today, and we will see you on the next video. Bye for now.
Bye, guys.